I guess I can take the cans off.
Take off the cans,
speaking of
man.
cans,
Oh yeah, you brought some
I brought
fancy
us
new ones.
the dragon fruit, the color of Celsius, not the flavor. So
I'm just showing it because it's all sweaty from being out in
Yeah.
the Maryland
humidity.
June humidity.
yeah, better than it was a couple days ago.
But it just makes it look more refreshing when they show these things on
they
television.
mist them. They actually
make 'em
spray a mist.
Sweaty.
What are you? That's some sort of Christmas trooper.
Oh, look right next to you.
Oh, so it is.
The theme of this will be Christmas in July, but we'll get there. But that's why you see some Christmas stuff. Just grab what I could.
I stand by my statement. This is a color, not a flavor.
Yeah,
It's very mild.
it's fine.
Yeah,
it's
fine.
more strawberry than anything.
because dragon fruit is not a flavor.
It's actually, I kind of like it. Maybe my next order will be this because
It's a little. It's easy on the palate.
It is. It's more like a strawberry kiwi flavor than a.
Yeah.
I think. Well, before we were filming, presently,
Yeah, which is
I
what
was
we're doing.
watching the YouTubes,
Yeah.
and I came across a video for this company called Vinegar Syndrome, and what they do is they do film restorations. And apparently, they have made a dirtier version of Dirty Work. And it's only available on their website, which unfortunately is down until July 2nd for something. I was like, this is absolutely ridiculous.
The fact that you've taken me on a roller coaster. I hit the high. I'm now on the low.
But here's what they did, which was fascinating, is there was no work print version of the scenes that were cut. And they said the majority of it was language, of course.
Yeah.
It was still PG-13, but it was the argument was it's a little too much for the SNL audience that
Sure.
people are going to bring their young kids. There are certain things that you shouldn't hear. Famously, we know one of the main ones, which is, but anyway, what did happen though is dailies were taken on video.
Interesting.
No, I'm sorry. There was a work or a video version of the first cut, and the dailies were on film. So, but all the video stuff had all the references to which thing. So they went into the archives, got the dailies from and restored the negatives, and got them in and edited the thing back together. And they had to use audio from a camcorder placed in a movie theater.
Wow.
And make it sound like it wasn't that. So yeah, but apparently it looks great. It sounds great. I won't know. We won't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to find out in a week.
But this is new.
Ish.
This was apparently it was just released in May.
Okay.
So hopefully it's. I don't know how they work if they just do like a limited run of releases.
Is it a physical media or is it
Physical media?
Okay,
Yeah.
so I won't know for more than a week because I have to buy it and then have it shipped.
Right.
Which I love physical media. It's the only complaint I have is the weight.
Yeah. I remember that place in Baltimore we used to go to all the time.
I was considering actually going there.
I don't go in city. I'm going to move this a little closer.
Yeah,
It feels like it's
fine.
far.
I don't typically go in cities. I go very occasionally, but I also, as referenced in a episode a couple podcasts ago, I have a Schmidt-Fields marriage permit, so I'm a little less wary.
Well, you know,
I still never want to have to,
back in the crazy haze of lockdown era, too many reports and videos of teenagers running up
the knockout
behind
game?
and just knocking
Yeah.
people out. Like,
We did not renew our Baltimore Aquarium membership because of that.
Yeah.
Because it's like, not only A, do I not want to get knocked out, B, I don't want my kids to see that. Like, that's horrifying. Like, to see your dad, like, taken out by, like, that's horrible.
I already hit my head once
it's not great.
in the last few years, and I still have recurring occasional side effects from it.
Yeah, it's almost like you're getting too old for this.
Hey. Yeah, they'll understand why we're so pleased with, you're so pleased with yourself.
I'm always smugly satisfied with everything I say and do.
Right on topic for that.
Nope.
When looking for my cheap Christmas decor, I found the thing you gave me.
Was it like a birthday or Christmas present?
Yes,
Yeah, that is probably the best gift I've ever given anyone ever.
It's fantastic. So if you can't read that, I'm trying to get the glare off. It's Tim Palmer, runner-up
for world's most average
human.
Yeah.
So
see, it's funny because if he had won, it's a superlative, and he'd no longer be average. So being the runner-up, it's great.
That was an awkward angle.
It's a layered joke.
And my stupid head blocks it.
Yeah.
I'll rearrange that later when I can actually turn without knocking the mic or the camera or whatever.
Man, I haven't seen that in a few years. That's great.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, because it was in those bins right over there.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Cool.
I saw I was looking like I have one of the Charlie Brown Christmas tree, the pathetic one. I was like, if I could find that would be great. It's buried too far, but I saw those Stormtrooper guys on an old action figure bin. And so I had to move one out of the way and saw this. I'm like, oh man,
this
is awesome. Coming out, baby.
That's great. That's a wonderful throwback to. Basically, it's on the one hand, I think both of us would love to have more monetary resources.
Of course,
but if we crossed a certain threshold, we would use them for like trolling each other. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, I remember, like, I have like plans that I could never do. Like, you know, those masks that can make people look like, just hire a flash mob to wait at whatever restaurant you're going to lunch that day, and they're just an ocean of Tims. Just like things like that. Like
the best part, because you and I, if you remember Jackass, whenever Bam Margera,
I think. I don't know.
Whenever he would just go in and like mess with his parents in the middle of the night, and they just kind of rolled with it.
Yeah.
Like we just had that just defeated kind of roll with it.
Like, oh boy.
When there would be no, oh my gosh, or I'm so upset. It would just be.
I think the one that we friends of mine and I got very close to doing was going to a cattle auction and buying a sick cow to put in your yard. So you just let the dogs out, and there's just an old sick, because we couldn't afford a good cow. But you get like an old, feeble cow that's not worth that much.
Gosh, how would I even get rid
what
of
would
it?
You do? You would have a cow. Literally, you would have a cow, man.
So one time, there's a farm, not even a mile as the crow flies, and their horses got loose and ran through our neighborhood.
Oh, wow.
And actually came up to our fence, and then a few hours later, once the word got to them, like all cowboyed up.
Yeah.
Like dusters, hat, the whole thing, and came and wrangled up their horse. It was
so sweet duster.
Yeah. But that's who I'd find.
Yes, I need that guy.
Like,
I have a cow problem.
Yes.
I don't care what you do. You're in your 40s. You've never had a cow problem before. It would be. I would have given you a gift of a new experience.
We have a regular pest guy who comes out.
Great, called the pest guy. Like,
Troy,
do you do cows? I know you handle rats and mice, but we got something a little bigger.
Yeah, will this fit in your truck? I don't know.
I mean, anything will if you.
Right. Yeah. Dice it up. Yeah. But then there's all the preparation that goes into that. Plus, I have an HOA. They don't allow you to have livestock. You would get a
strongly worded letter from your HOA if they saw the cow.
Yeah. No, you can't have cows, Tim.
No cows at all. Yeah. It'd be great.
Yeah.
I guess we can roll the credits or something.
No, sure. Why not do it?
To be with it. Then they changed what it was. Now what I'm with isn't it, and what's it seems weird and scary to me. It'll happen to you.
All right. As we're filming, we approach the 4th of July.
We do.
It's fantastic.
Getting ready to... So I had an experience a week ago. I helped assemble a fireworks show.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, technically it's a pyro musical. That was made explicitly clear by the man who spent over 1,000 hours programming it.
Okay.
So it's a pyro musical, not a fireworks show.
Okay, got it. Like you're an educator, not a teacher.
Right.
A flight attendant, not a steward or stewardess.
Yeah, exactly.
I could go on and on.
All the ones I want to say are terrible. I'm going to pass.
You're a... not a...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Not doing that. But yeah, so I got to help with that. It is the display that my church is putting on. They've won like awards for it, apparently. I don't know.
Nice.
So, yeah, looking forward to it. I'll be helping again on the 3rd, getting stuff set up, and then viewing it on the 4th. So I'm looking forward to that. But it'll be my first pyro musical maybe ever. Well, I don't know if you would call the display at Disney World, because theirs is pretty crazy too.
Yeah, and I mean the DC fireworks. If you watch them or go to them, the band is playing.
Yeah, I went,
but I don't think it's the same. From what you were showing me, I don't think it's exactly the same.
I don't know. Maybe it's gotten to that point, but it wasn't when I went in middle school. I think with the youth group. Okay. I want to say that we went to the DC fireworks because it's it was closer to the church we were attending,
Yeah.
being in the county that touches DC. So
Yes.
did that once.
Right on. I never did. I never. I
Well,
don't know
it's
that
a city.
Yeah, I don't care.
Even before people were knocking people out for no reason, you weren't the biggest city person.
So there was like a period in our late teens and 20s where just
Baltimore
get,
was
get
like-
us in there
yeah.
all the time,
Yeah.
or even DC.
Oh,
Like,
that's true. We did spend a little bit of
because it was just, I guess, because we didn't go all that often, other than like museum field trip type stuff. So it was like, hey, we're adults now. We can go into cities anytime we want.
we want. Yeah. Sure. We'll just have our cars broken into. Whatever. It's fine.
Yeah, it's totally fine. It's not like they're nice cars or anything. So there was that era, but yeah, it just kind of, I guess it lost its novelty because it's hard to park, it's expensive, it's crowded. And most of the time when we were doing this, we were going at night anyway.
Right.
And we were not dangerous, but also didn't look like
We didn't
easy
look like
pickings.
targets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we were always in a group and we had wallet chains and baggy pants.
Yeah, and you know, usually 5 or 6 of us at
Yeah.
any given time. So it's not like that doesn't look like the easiest target in the world. Now, a man with small children, that's a different target.
Yep. Yeah. He's got priorities, so
Yeah.
he's easy to pick off.
Yep. So yeah, what were you going to say about the 4th before I derail and talk about my epic adventure assembling seriously like Roman candles as big as like my arms and legs, like they're crazy.
What were we talking about? We were saying something about that I was so happy that climate change, otherwise known as summer, is taking a break because we're only topping out in the 80s for this week.
It was great because like climate change got us to 95 2 days ago.
Yeah, and then with heat index, it was over 100.
Yeah, my truck actually read 101 when I fired it up, and then it was like 70 all day yesterday.
Yeah,
because of climate chanch. And then
it changed. It literally changed by 30 degrees.
30 whole. I mean, that's climate change. Because if it changed, and it's still changing.
Yeah, I mean, myself, I'm a climate denier. I don't believe in climate. There are no climates.
I've never seen a climate. I
don't
point to me where the climate is. Tim.
Is the climate in the room with you now?
That's right. I don't know. Where is this climate they're talking about?
I deny all climates.
All climates. Yeah.
If everything's a climate, then nothing's a climate.
Correct. I'm also a science denier.
Yes. Science
is
whatever we want it to be. There are I've been rewatching 30 Rock, and there are so many excellent clips from that show.
I mean, I've been quoting the Cooter Burger. There's a leak in the ceiling.
No, there's not.
No, there's not.
We looked into it.
There's not.
It's so great. So great.
We've been watching this British show, 2012. Like, but it's spelled out. It's not the letter, so it's 2012.
Any superfluous U's in that spelling? No.
Okay. Something should be spelled more correctly, but it's not. But yeah, it's all about it's a comedy shot sort of like The Office, so it's quasi documentary about the London Olympics of 2012 and the committee in charge of it. And it's just all the ridiculous. It's very similar to stuff in 30 Rock or The Office.
I love stuff like that
it's so good.
you and your wife told us, me and my wife and I should say, about Ludwig.
Fantastic show.
Such a 6-episode crime mystery thing,
comedy drama.
We watched it. That's how we spent last Saturday.
We
watched it throughout the day.
Yeah, it was excellent show.
Or was it Sunday? Whatever day my daughter was at your house.
That was Sunday.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe it was like Saturday night and then Sunday we watched the rest. Something like that. Loved it. Yeah. Need a second season or series.
Series. It's British. They get series.
Yes. I have to burp.
Me too.
Why we have to time it so you cut to one.
Right.
That's not burping.
Not double gross. Maybe you do a split screen.
So
same time.
That would actually be pretty funny.
Well, speaking of things that we watched recently, you want to babble on about some 5?
Let's babble on about some 5.
Awesome.
So, this one is called By Any Means Necessary.
Any Means Necessary.
Or, as I call that, Getting to Work Before Going Number 2.
Yeah, my bowels don't want to
wake up so early.
Yeah. They're not awake yet.
No, they're really not. And if they wake up on the hour drive...
Yes, they do.
It can happen.
It's true.
I stopped drinking my coffee on the way in because of this.
Really?
Yeah, I just have it when I get there.
Yeah, it's no
but
point.
also I'm in the top 5% of drivers when it comes to skill and awareness.
That low?
Not by any metric that has been awarded to me.
Right. Self-proclaimed.
I just feel that I am.
Well, then you are.
So
it's your
I am.
It's your truth.
It is my truth.
It's your lived experience.
It is my lived experience, and if you deny it, you deny
your entire
me
existence
and who I am, and therefore you're hateful and evil.
Also,
and
if I deny your existence, I want
punch
you to be killed, right? If I
yes,
you
want
can
me
punch-
to die,
you
so
can
I
punch-
can
yeah.
punch you. I can commit violence against you. I can do anything because you're essentially a fascist socialist regime from the 1930s.
socialism's good.
Socialism is good. I forgot.
Don't forget
Let's
that.
babble on about 5.
Let's babble on about 5. Speaking of socialism, this episode's all about unions.
Yeah.
So I remember I play the clip of 3 episodes from now is the worst episode of this season. Maybe I should have said 1 episode because I forgot about this one.
I thought it was fine.
It's fine. Yeah,
It was fine. You got Jakar.
so the
trying to get
Jakar
a
and
flower.
Londo stuff was great.
Yeah,
of course.
it was great.
Of course, it was great. So the premise of this episode is that budget constraints have made the dock of Babylon 5 like not a well-oiled machine. There's faulty equipment. People are overworked. It's dangerous. And we start off with a Narn ship coming in.
Yes, we do.
With an urgent delivery for the ambassador, and it's routed a certain way, and because of
What turns out to be
circumstances.
faulty equipment.
yes, but
A ship is on its way out.
yes,
in the
and
same tunnel.
Ivanova orders the Narn ship not to make any maneuvers. The pilot freaks out,
As you would, staring down the barrel
Yes.
of a ship coming straight for you.
Right, so he crashes. The cargo's lost. And it leads to damage on the greater dock area that leads to, was it just 1 fatality or 2?
1 fatality.
Yeah, it leads to 1 fatality of one of the dock workers.
Yeah.
After a lot of other injury and equipment loss. Yeah. But
And we learned of general fatigue from long hours.
yeah,
and
these guys are working doubles and then trying to, being told to come right back. And it's not a great situation at all.
It isn't. And we get a meeting where I guess they're trying to figure out what happened. So you've got the Narn wanting to assign blame to Babylon 5 and saying,
Right.
you owe us for our ship and for the cargo. And then you've got the representative for the Union saying, this is not our fault, you can't blame us, this is
Right.
extenuating circumstances.
And then you've got the command staff trying to balance all of that and just get the station running.
Yes.
So there's a lot of people at odds.
Yep.
Also, it turns out that the cargo on the Narn ship for Ambassador Jakar was religious in nature. It had to do with a observance that his particular faith,
The followers of Jaquan.
of Jaquan, that there's an observance that they do, and what he needed for that observance was on the ship and destroyed.
Right. So
It's a time-sensitive thing.
it's a specific flower, and
It's the Jaquan F.
and he has to perform this as the highest ranking member of that order of his faith.
Right.
He has to be the one to provide it for
For
other
the rest
followers.
of the adherents.
So it's not just for him. It's
No,
for
it's for about a dozen
the
or
8
so.
other guys.
Yeah, yeah. And it has to be done when the sunlight touches the mountain
Right.
that it's on home world.
Right.
Whatever.
A very
It's
specific
time sensitive.
date and time,
Yeah.
and if the time passes, it passes.
Yeah.
So the fun part of this episode is learning that they do a search and find that the only other
Well, before that, Londo reaches out to Jakar and expresses condolences, and is just so overjoyed to help in any way he can, and it's completely out of character. And it's like, why is Londo
so
pouring
happy.
out like sappy level, whatever I can do to assist? Like it's just fantastic. And then the report comes in as Londo is leaving, that he is in possession of the only other one on the station.
He's
And he
in the
does a little-
elevator. Yeah, it's so great. So yeah, Jakar is not happy at all.
No.
So Londo is basically going to spend the episode toying with him.
It's
just
it's a great tension break for all of the Union and Union Buster stuff.
Yes.
Because you have that wonderful comedic antagonizing that Jakar and Londo Well, it oscillates between comedic and brutal, depending on the episode.
Actually, watching the episode, I was like, what would make a great movie is if it started like this with their witty banter, and it's a little funny, but what if it just got like super dark, like cutting people to pieces dark? So that would actually be...
I mean, their relationship gets close to that at points.
It does, but it would just be... The tonal shift would actually be really funny.
So after they discover... Or after we, the audience, discover that Londo's in possession, of course, we get back to more of the dock worker stuff. They go on... Well, they find a loophole...
The blue flu.
To go on strike.
The blue flu was taken from Earth. It happens in our time, which is if there's something that the Union is opposed to, a majority will call in sick,
right?
Because it's a loophole around actually striking,
right? Because the strike, based on the terms of their contract with the Earth Force government, would be illegal. So they do this loophole to basically add chaos, add tension, because they need more funding.
They do.
They are underfunded, they're overworked, and they are trying to get Earth Force's attention. Meanwhile, well, I guess after that it cuts back to Londo.
Well, I did want to point out that during all this Union stuff, I couldn't find out. I had to look that actress up because it sounds like she's trying really hard to do an American accent.
Oh, the one who's kind of like their Union rep.
Yeah. I couldn't find the actress I found on I didn't go beyond IMDb, so maybe if I went further, but I couldn't find her country of origin. But it just sounded...
It did sound like a little forced, like she could have been an Aussie or she could have been a Brit.
Yeah, and same with the
Union Buster guy.
Yeah. He maybe like holding back German or something.
Maybe
there was some kind of came
there was
through
an
a little
accent
bit
there, which it's odd for them to hold it back because they don't do that with other characters.
But if it's Earth, it's Earth. It's not.
It's multicultural. It's
USA,
right?
So
and there are
have their accents.
There are accents that show up in the show all the time.
Yeah, not Ivanova. I forget where she's from.
Oh, I wish she would have told us.
Yeah,
she doesn't tell us in this episode.
I think it was like Western Europe, Eastern Europe.
No, it's definitely like Southeast Asia.
Okay.
Yeah, it wouldn't be anywhere European.
Yeah.
No,
I forget.
No, somewhere with a rich history of despots and dictators and
yeah. Who knows?
Yeah. It's not cold wherever it is. So, Londo, or Jakar breaks into Londo's quarters looking for the Jaquaneth.
Well, so Londo finds his door
open,
and Jakar's sitting on the seat.
And he's like, your
suite was unlocked, your quarters were unlocked, so I stayed here to guard it for you.
It's like, and did you find what you were looking? Yeah. So in their back and forth, with a little bit of pleading from Jakar, Londo agrees that he will sell the Jaquaneth, which he uses as an alcohol enhancer.
Yeah, he said you drop a seed into the correct mixture of alcohol and...
Yeah, so he uses it purely, as a Centauri would, purely for hedonism.
And he also, a little backhanded stab, it sounded like, when we left your beautiful planet.
Yeah, exactly. So just digging and digging and digging.
Yeah.
So he agrees, and then he just wants the perfectly reasonable sum of 50,000 credits cash.
Whatever that is.
Whatever that is,
money at
it
that
was
time.
a lot. Because Jakar was furious.
Yeah, he's like, that's outrageous. He's like, of course it's outrageous.
Yeah. Right. What else are you going to do? Like, do you take your faith seriously? Like,
yep.
Give me that money. Now, then we get the call from Senator Hidoshi to...
Thank you for remembering that name.
Hidoshi. To Sinclair to let him know that the Union guys the Union Busters on the way, and they're going to try to negotiate within the terms of the contract. And if they actually strike, there's a law called the Rush Act.
Yes.
Which will allow the use of force to break up the strike.
To essentially stop the strike by any means necessary.
By any means necessary.
The title of the episode, also the titular line and the title line.
Did you know I had the title line in Star Wars?
Actually, I wasn't aware there was a titular line in that movie.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that, but I had the title line in Star Wars.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
I know that's what you just said. I was just repeating it.
So now we have this kind of smarmy guy on the way.
I got Unfrozen Caveman lawyer vibes from him.
Oh,
so hard. When he's just talking to the people.
Yeah,
I
can
understand.
Just do that. Yeah, it's like, I'm on your side too. Yeah, he's a very hateable character.
Yeah. Played very well.
Yeah, so with all that kind of setup still going, then Jakar calls Londo back and agrees to pay the $50,000, and that's when Londo really lets him have it. He's like, "Oh no, I'm not actually selling this to you. I remember what you guys just did to Ragesh 3. I remember that my nephew was held hostage and forced to read the bogus. We're all fine here. We're being treated quite well. Our captors love us." And
Yes.
So he's like, "No, this is my chance to get back at you for what you did to me. So absolutely not. I'm not budging at all. I just wanted to make you jump through hoops for my amusement." So, yeah, again, it starts off playful, but then it's like, oh yeah, no, this guy not only did something to the Centauri government, but the Narn government specifically did something to Londo's beloved nephew in the first episode. So, yeah, he gets his comeuppance.
He does, and clearly is also just getting so much out of just driving Jakar crazy.
Yes, so. It is definitely a favorite pastime of Londo's. Then we get back to the negotiations, which of course fail. Of course. And then the rioters break the law, the union workers break the law.
You can call them rioters.
They're rioters at this point because they go on strike illegally, which then puts them in the tenuous position of now the Rush Act can be enforced. That's still going to have to be voted on in the Senate.
Pardon.
Which they get stuff done way faster than our Senate.
Yeah.
Pass the bill. Maybe by the time this airs, it's already passed.
Maybe it already did pass. Who knows?
Freaking A, man. Though they said by the 4th. Well, I guess we'll see. For the 12 days a year they work.
Poor guys.
Yeah, it's got to be exhausting. Lining your money from Big Pharma and then working 12 days a year, it's got to be so brutal. So brutal. I feel for you guys. Yeah. And then these are the people, because my wife and I want to take the kids on a tour of the White House, but you have to get your senator to, and I'm like, oh, the guy from the other party who, if there's voting records, can look up, I didn't vote for him. And it's like, oh, that guy's going to let me go see the White House of the president he hates? And maybe I don't know. Whatever.
So much of their allegiances are just for
it's
show.
just money. Yeah, it's all money.
They don't really believe most of what they say.
Most of them don't. Now, there's one or two, principled people on both sides, but most of it's money.
Yep. Yeah.
So, yeah.
They don't care about you.
They don't. Stop voting with your feelings, vote policy.
The Senate got stuff done with the Rush Act.
We're not there yet.
No, the Senate alluding to the fact that they do.
They have to.
They do that.
They do. So while that is again in the pressure cooker that's starting, Jakar reaches out to Sinclair because
does Sinclair have the
midnight the 5 a.m. 5
o'clock shadow?
5 o'clock shadow. There we go. Yeah.
My facial hair grows so slowly, so I don't know.
I get like a Wednesday next week shadow. It's not.
If I shaved, it would take like 4 days. You might need to run a razor on that. Maybe.
I mean, on the bright side, when I travel, some trips get away with not packing a razor. Yeah, there's that. So yes, Sinclair, who is a real man and he grew facial hair overnight, has his beard coming in. And, so Jakar's like, whatever you can do, please. So he's trying to rope in outside help because this ceremony clearly is important to him. Meanwhile, all the ships are just stuck in Babylon 5 space. No one's being allowed to dock. Everything's kind of coming to a grinding halt. Sinclair pleads with Londo, come on, will you please budge? He's like, I'm sorry, Commander, there's nothing I can do.
Yep.
Like, just not gonna move an inch. When Jakar hears this, he enlists Natoth, his attaché, to do something. We don't know what that something is, but she's going to take steps. Meanwhile, all negotiations have failed, and the workers are in the place now to be arrested. Which gets us to the scene where a reporter follows.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So annoying and just a little overacted, but also kind of how they are. They're just annoying.
Like, I feel like they're theater kids.
They are.
Yeah.
Well, half of our elected officials are theater kids right now, and it's really odd. It's theater kids versus popular kids.
Yeah.
And you can tell because some are very dramatic and don't get anything done, while others are like, "Hey, can we
like wearing an all-white outfit on the other side of a chain link fence and crying about kids on the other side of that fence that were there in every administration ever."
Yeah.
Okay.
Very theatrical.
Yeah, I believe every bit of it.
God, I hate them so much.
It's so annoying. Just So in another sci-fi series, a book series, where Earth colonizes Mars, government is established by lottery. You have to qualify. So whatever, of age, citizen, I think business owner. I don't remember. They were, and then you're put in the lottery, and then you serve your term and you're out.
Right, and then but also
and
you can't do anything to benefit your term.
District. You are representing. Yeah,
you're the one that I thought it was like you represent the term that follows you, so you have to set it up as best as possible.
Maybe that was it. Yeah,
I don't recall.
It's been a while, but yeah, it was a good series. The Red Mars, Green Mars, Blue Mars.
Yeah, it sounds like
Stanley Rupp.
A very smart way. It would never work.
It would never work, but it's like, oh, hey, we found a way to make politics not benefit the politician.
Right. You're not, if you're that type of person, that narcissist, almost socio, who wants that
power. Yeah,
you don't get it.
No, you can't possibly. Well, and even if you got lotteried into the election, it wouldn't benefit you.
Correct.
Anywho,
they'd find a way.
I was just thinking they'd find a way.
They'd do something.
There's always a way.
We're just going on and on.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is what we do.
Yeah. So the reporters in, and then Londo and Jakar are in a verbal altercation that they bring into command and control just because they're needed to be on set for that scene.
And then Ivanova gets to, without any mention of her heritage.
No, we don't know where she's from. She gets to give them a 10 count to leave, which was great.
Yep.
But we learned that a religious statue, was stolen from the Centauri temple or somewhere.
From somewhere.
And Jakar has an alibi, so obviously that was what Natoth did.
But Londo was like, well, then you sent your watchdog or your guard dog or whatever he said to go do it.
Yes, that's exactly what he did.
But
we, the audience, know this. So all this is happening, and then Ivanova does her little countdown, and then Garibaldi walks in at 0, which was great.
Well, no. She was 3. Then he comes in 2, 1.
What's happening?
What did I miss?
Oh, Garibaldi. So at this point, the Senate passes the Rush Act, and all of Garibaldi's security force has to get in there. Super 90s leather.
They weren't even gear. Leather. It was, what was that material? I mean, look, you guys look and tell us. I don't know.
Yeah, it's whatever the material the security armor.
Yeah, it looked like a black and silver version of like a Nana blanket,
right?
Wrapped up and velcroed together. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, like what are the ridges for? I mean, I've seen people wear that armor in the show and get shot and die. So it's like Stormtrooper armor. It doesn't do anything at all.
It just slows you down a little bit.
It just slows you down. It makes you sweatier while you're dying.
Right. They go in, and then
the dock workers throw the first punch. Mm-hmm. Things get out of hand. At which point Sinclair was like, I need the full text of the Rush Act so that I know what power I have. And then he orders all the security guards to retreat.
To Blue Sector.
And
whatever sector that is.
It's not gray.
I just remembered Blue Sector.
Now they retreat, and Sinclair, the negotiators, and Garibaldi all enter together. Mm-hmm. At which point, by any means necessary, comes into play. Yep. And he is able to do whatever he thinks is best.
And he confirms that with the Buster.
Yep. And it's like, oh, so literally I have all power now. Mm-hmm. It's like, well, then I'm going to allocate funds that were from the military and put them into the docks. This, and this. Get back to work.
Yeah, and great line. He's like, if you're going to load a gun.
Yeah, no.
What was it? Did you write down?
It was like, if you're going to give a man a loaded gun, make sure he knows where he's going to point it.
Or or make sure you know where he's going to point it.
Yeah.
Such a great line.
Yeah, it was great.
Show the clip because it was awesome.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Just to the negotiator, you gave me all this power and you thought I was on your side, but these guys are my people too. Mm-hmm. He's loyal to the station, not just the military, even though he is military.
Mm-hmm.
You should never hand someone a gun unless you're sure where they'll point it. Your mistake.
Yeah, and then amnesty to the dock workers. Now, I get it. I still think the guy that threw the first punch should have had something. I know he was upset because his brother died, but I feel like that might have been a little... That's probably the only action there that I completely disagreed with. He did throw the first punch. He should have, maybe just sit in the brig for a week. Something. Cool your heels.
Yeah.
You punched Garibaldi.
Yeah, but I don't know. Garibaldi, he's a blue-collar guy, too.
I mean, he gets it.
He doesn't take it personally.
I mean, he was just like, hey, I think, if you guys are cool with it, we'll just call it a fair fight. Like all right. Yeah.
Yep.
The blue-collar boys had a fair fight.
Yeah.
And they walked away.
I mean, I appreciated it as a viewer.
Yeah.
Because you like Garibaldi being one of the guys.
Yeah, he is one of the guys. He's John McClane. And then with that resolved, all that's left is the religious stuff for...
Right. And Sinclair has to go and mediate between Londo and Jakar. He says that he has not slept in nearly 2 days, which makes him very cranky. Now, my very cranky is not the diplomat that he is.
No, my very cranky would I'd probably space one of them. Or both, just on principle.
I'd put a knife down and say...
Sort it out.
Whoever comes out
this
gets
is
what
now,
you want.
This is now international waters.
Yeah. I'm going to bed.
Yeah, y'all sort this
Whichever
out.
one of you wins, we'll sort out.
So he gets Jakar to discover who might have the statue and possibly return it, and then gets...
we should note the date has since passed.
Right. So he gets Londo to agree to sell the flower.
That is the date for performing the religious ceremony, to be specific.
And of course, Londo's totally fine with it now.
Yeah, he's like, I've had my fun.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and it's no longer a meaningful thing for him. Also, in a previous conversation, he didn't even believe Jakar was sincere about his faith. You know, he called them like pagans, and this is all for show.
They still worship their son.
Right. This is all status for him. It's not actually a sincerely held belief. So even he just completely showing his opinion of Jakar as just not a sincere person,
which might be a reflection of
himself and his faith. Yeah, right. Exactly. He's projecting. Methinks the gentleman protests too much. Now, Sinclair, in his 2 days no sleep, his mental processes are working great,
amazingly,
because he is able to come up with a loophole that because light travels, that the light that touched the mountain 10 years ago on the correct day is about to hit the station.
Yeah.
So why not use that light?
Exactly.
And he does, and has his little religious ceremony at the very end of the episode. Before that, though, Hidoshi calls Sinclair kind of to congratulate him. He was kind of, he's the son of a union guy. He was the son of a union guy. He was the son of a union guy. So he's very happy with the results. However, issues a warning, like you made some enemies in the Senate today. There's some powerful people that did not want it to go your way.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of foreshadowing, because this show loves foreshadowing.
It sure does.
But our next episode is probably my favorite of the season.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to that. You'll enjoy it as well. And unless you have any other thoughts.
No, we have babbled on about
5. Let's...
Well.
Yeah.
Let's go right into problems with people.
George is getting upset. Oh, yes! That's what I should have said. You know, we're living in a society.
Now, what I want to talk about for my problem with people, one of them.
I can't wait. I love it when it's your turn.
Because you just don't know. Well, I mean...
because I know your wiring, and I know that you're going to hate something that I already hate, but I just don't know which one it is.
Yeah, you'll hate this too. I've been a commuter for a long time.
It's car related.
It's car related, surprise.
Yeah.
20 plus years. Majority of that time, my commute has been at least 35 minutes, more like 45 to an hour.
And there was that time where you went from north of DC to southwest of DC.
Yes.
That was your worst commute, I think.
That was terrible.
Was that 2 years?
No, that was... I did a year and a half with a break for a year and a half, and then 6 years.
I forgot how long you were on that side of the Beltway.
Yep.
Wow.
It's
amazing that you are not in prison.
I changed my schedule where I was waking up in the 3 o'clock hour.
I remember that, yeah.
Because it was the only way to beat traffic.
That was that era where I did not see much of you.
No, when I was trying to do a closer to normal hours, my commute was in miles, maybe 50 or less, but was an average of an hour and a half to 2 hours each way. And it just...
that kills
you.
All joy and
it
all
just
sanity.
kills you.
Yeah,
your day is too long.
I worked with dudes who, even though in the office near Baltimore, I worked with dudes that were taking trains from Philly area, New Jersey, like people that would just,
dude,
they had a 12+ hour day with their commute.
So when I was working that, there was an older gentleman who was close to retiring, but he came from the other side of the Bay Bridge.
No,
so during not summertime, it was probably fine.
That's
You take 50,
50,
and you just cut,
just go.
You just cut through the
just
city,
go the
and
whole
then
way.
you're in Virginia.
Yeah, but that's 100
I don't know
something miles. It's
well,
a
depending
long,
on how far on the other side of the bridge he is. But then summertime, he
have
said,
all
well, that's what I asked him. I was like, what do you do when? Because the Bay Bridge is how most people who live in Central Maryland
get to the
they
beach.
go over and go to the beach to Ocean City. I was like, so what do you do? Because he's like, well, my wife also works on this side of the bridge.
Yeah.
So we just go and meet for dinner in Annapolis, and we just wait until like 10 o'clock at night.
So their whole day is work.
Yeah.
But
they were older, their kids were grown.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. And you can find some joy in Annapolis. It's a nice little town.
Sure, you get dinner, you go see a movie, go do something.
Yeah.
But yeah, just being forced to have to do that.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, that means you can't have pets. You can't have anything that requires your attention on that day.
No.
But this is not my problem with people.
No, we just derailed because of that commute.
My problem with people, I want to talk about two specific types of aggressive drivers. You've got aggressive, and passive-aggressive. Okay. And we're going to put this in the context of, right now, my drive is majority a two-lane road that is one going one direction, one going the other. There's a brief section
with
where
the dotted yellow
there are two
oh.
lanes.
Oh, yes, I know which road you're talking about now. Okay, yeah.
Now, this applies to other roads, but it's most noticeable on a 2 or a 4-lane road, so two in each direction.
Yes,
that
because
is
you have a passing lane and a driving lane if you do it correctly.
if you do it correctly.
Right.
So the passive-aggressive driver is the person in the left lane saying, the speed limit is 55 miles an hour, and that's what I'm going to do. And the aggressive driver is the person who says, my favorite speed is, we'll say 80 or more miles per hour.
Yeah.
And
I don't care what you're doing.
I will do whatever it takes to go my favorite speed.
Yeah.
I will weave through. I have seen people go into shoulders.
Yes.
I've seen them go onto the grass medians.
Yes.
All kinds
All
of
of that.
insanity.
I've seen all of this.
I don't know which of the two is more dangerous.
I have theories, but I don't know for sure.
My theory is that
When the
aggressive.
two meet, that's the most dangerous.
It is. It's oil and water. But
Yeah.
aggressive would not have to go to such extremes if passive-aggressive stayed to the right.
In the right, yes.
Now, I understand the left is the passing lane.
Yes.
You use it to pass, but
Yes.
then you get right back over.
Right.
But there are people
That
who
seems to be a mystery in the Mid-Atlantic, though.
It does. When you get we've both gone south.
South and West both seem to understand what the left lane is for.
But it was most noticeable to me going south
Yeah.
on a road trip. This is when we went to our friend's wedding
In Alabama. Yeah.
And somewhere in the middle of Virginia, maybe
Right, because you're going diagonally through
yeah. So
Virginia. Virginia the long way.
So you get away from Richmond, the last big city.
Yeah.
And then it's all just country.
Yeah.
And then it's all of a sudden, what is, people are getting out of the lane because I'm going, let's say the
Yeah.
speed limit's 55, I'm going 65.
Right.
They're just moving over so I can keep going 65? What?
Yeah.
It was unreal.
No, it's like, this is literally what we were taught
Yes.
that no one does.
So I want to say like 2 weeks ago, it's an older video, but it still checks out. It came across my X feed. Was I want to say it was Texas or something like that, but it's a highway patrol guy following someone who is going the speed limit in the left lane, and you just hear him say, "Oh, there goes another one." And he's talking about people passing.
It's called undertaking in the UK.
Okay.
Because overtaking on the correct lane, undertaking in the incorrect lane. I don't know if you call it that here, but
we should,
I've
because
heard it on Grand Tour and Top Gear.
That is the accurate way to describe it.
Overtake, undertake.
So he keeps watching it happen. So then it cuts to the guy being pulled over, and the officer's like, "Do you know how fast you were going?" He's like, "Well, I was driving the speed limit." He's like, "You were, but you were in the passing lane."
Yeah.
And I watched car after car pass you, and you're creating a danger to the rest of the people on the road.
Yeah.
And the guy was, I don't know if he was shocked. It was all audio. I didn't see his
Sure.
face. The perspective was
dash cam.
Dash cam.
Yeah.
So, but it was like food to the soul.
Dude, just you want so badly to correct those people. Now, I don't like aggressive drivers.
No.
I think tailgating is the dumbest thing you can ever do.
Yes.
Like it's beyond. Like it solves nothing and it's dangerous.
It is.
But passive aggressive driving is infuriating.
Yeah.
Because everyone knows the left lane was meant for passing.
That is its function.
That's its function. It's actually not even supposed to be driven in, theoretically. Now, I get it with traffic, whatever.
Yes.
It is what it is. But slower traffic, move right. Mm-hmm. Left lane's for passing. It's not rocket science, and no one seems, or there's a preponderance of people who seem to think they can go whatever speed they want in the left lane.
It's true. I'm a flow of traffic kind of guy.
I'm a flow of traffic guy. I don't need to pass you. I will just go the flow.
That said, I also don't mind going fast.
I don't. Also, I think speed limits were created 50 years ago when cars did not have good stopping distance.
Right. I have modern brakes.
I have modern brakes. I can stop
modern
really
steering.
fast. Modern safety features. Also, speed limits are civil ordinance. It's kind of a weird legal area.
Right. But all that to say, I tend to go faster.
Yeah.
If the opportunity presents itself. If I'm on a 2-lane road,
right.
I'm going whatever speed the guy in front of me is going.
Typically,
and it is what it is.
I'm not with a couple cars lengths because I'm not a monster.
Yeah, I'm not bumping up against you.
Yeah.
I will get frustrated when it's that stretch of the main road that comes up to where we live, and it's an older person.
Mm-hmm.
The speed limit there is 55. The comfortable speed on that is 65.
Easily, yeah.
They go like 50.
Yeah, and I find myself, because I'm trying to mellow out in my old age, so I find myself just going, oh, my brother in Christ, you're in the left lane, or oh, my brother in Christ, you're going under the limit. Like, just trying to acknowledge that they are a fellow human in God's image and not get furious.
Right, and I cut them some slack for the older people because we live in a very rural area.
Yes.
The doctors and the pharmacies and everything are up where we live.
Yes.
They're coming up this main road to get there. I assume because they're old, it's for pills or a doctor. I don't know what else old people would drive for.
Serving at their church.
Oh, way to make me sound like a jackass.
No, I just had one exact example from my previous church of it's an older, demographically older church, and the retirees volunteer, and
fair enough. But yeah, it is what it is. They're not comfortable going fast, even though they're in a modern car.
Right.
I get it, but yeah, the passive aggressive and aggressive aggressive, something needs to change. I don't know what can make it change.
I don't know if there is a solution for aggressive drivers, because most of that, I feel, is youth and testosterone.
You would think, but I've seen all ages and all demographics doing it. So this is what I'd love to know. I back in community college many years ago, we were talking about this in
community college that you dropped out of.
Yeah,
that I dropped out of twice,
and that you later worked at,
and then and taught.
Right.
As a dropout. And I've actually taught at university. Anyway.
Something privilege. No. So I want to say it was like a science class or something like that. But we got on the subject of speeding, and we were the professor was saying, like, really the speed you go is not going to make a big difference in your arrival time. But I think we were talking about like fuel consumption versus speed. Anyway, what we got to was like, well, technically though, if you're going, we were trying to understand, if you go faster, doesn't that mean like technically you get there faster and therefore are being more efficient and something? It was this whole thing, but it's still a concept I don't fully get. Like there have been moments, we'll call them seasons in my life, where I have been even recently, like in the last 5 years, extremely frustrated if traffic is not moving at the speed at which I think it should be moving.
Oh, yeah.
And it really does get to you. It grinds you down.
And it's absolutely the worst on the afternoon commute, because you're on your way home.
Yeah, but it would happen to me more in the morning, because for a while I was even where I work now, leaving early to avoid all the people.
I do need to clarify that statement, yes, because if it's a real traffic situation that early, I'm like, I woke up before the sun.
But it's not traffic. It's that it's a 2-lane road for the majority of my commute.
For you, yes, I unfortunately have to go to a beltway, which.
But on this 2-lane road in a modern car, you can comfortably go 20 miles over the speed limit,
right?
And nothing bad is going to happen. But it's like this mental thing. Like, if I don't go this speed, I'm not going to get there at my favorite time, and get my favorite parking space, and be able to leave at my favorite time. And beat all these other things that could happen, like school buses, etc.
Right.
And
this all tracks from
it. Just all builds in your mind. Now I've had to just let that stuff go, because it only punishes yourself.
You're right. Absolutely.
And I want to know, how do we get a message out to aggressive and passive aggressive? You're only punishing you think you're punishing other people. You are only punishing yourself, both of you.
Yeah.
Now aggressive could punish oneself if they over-aggressive it, and we've seen the videos where they turn too hard, spin sideways, and roll over, and so that's bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. Passive-aggressive is probably more like the person that's an aggressive-aggressive is gonna wing you or rear-end you because they're not paying attention.
Right. Or a normal driver's gonna rear-end you because they're trying to merge, and then they didn't realize how slow you were. I mean, I think... I would love data on this.
I would too, because I try to avoid both types of drivers.
Yes.
Because I just see them. You're a ticking time bomb.
Exactly.
I'm not going to be part of a multi-car collision because of your
when
stupidity.
I see them, I'm like, you all are going to get me killed.
Yep. I've had to aggressively get past them.
Yep.
Or passively get way behind them.
Yes.
Whichever option is the safer one.
Yeah. And then there's the absolute lunatics who feel like the other car on the road did something to them. Like I had one a few months ago, coming up the fast highway from the Beltway. And from the far right, I think at that point it's 3 lanes, 4 if you count the off ramp.
Yep.
So I think he was on the off ramp and came all the way across to the left and slammed on his brakes in front of the guy. I'm like, I didn't see what provoked that, but I was in next to the right, or I was next to the left lane, and I was just like, I'm going 20 miles an hour till you guys get the heck. I don't want to be on the news. I don't want to call anyone from the hospital, and I don't want my kids to not have a father, so I'm just going to,
Dude, my favorite used to be, this was back in the days when I was commuting south of D.C., if you were annoyed with the person in front of you, the royal you, I would watch people get around that person that was annoying them, slow down, and then turn on their windshield wiper so it sprays behind them.
That reminds
kind
me,
of like peeing
I don't know
on
if
them
you
or
remember,
something.
When Dave used to have the Duster, and it was the crazy. It was foot pedal powered washer fluid. Mm-hmm. It was perfect. It was totally. But if you stomp, you could shoot it over the car. And he used to just stomp, and it would just send as a perfect stream over the roof of his car and hit the windshield of the guy behind him. Teenagers. We were teenagers, maybe 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a nice punishment.
The total aside, but just remembering stupidity in cars. When I was in my band, Cast Aside, I remember Chris, big guy.
Yeah.
His favorite thing to do if there were multiple cars driving together, we're all going, but we don't fit in one car.
Yeah.
Is whenever we get to a stoplight, because he's like 6 foot something, and a big dude. His thing was to get out and walk to the other car and start banging on the window and like screaming, but it's us. But the people around don't know that it's us, so they're just freaking out. And
There's so many.
I might have peed a little
so
from how hard I laughed.
We all did with cars back then that I don't want documented on the podcast.
I won't say anything I did. I'll talk about anything anyone else did.
Yeah.
That I'm not giving their last names. My last name is out there.
Yeah.
You just saw it on the trophy.
Exactly. It's fine. Some of the dumb stuff you and I did with like bench seat, front seats and stuff.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. Oh,
we did.
But I was just thinking of high school when I was the driver.
Oh gosh.
We just had to amuse ourselves after school.
Yeah. And you've got an amusement machine. Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. To wrap up problems with people, I don't know how to get it out there.
Yeah, but if you are one of these two types, please either get out of the way.
For your daughter's sake.
You might want to buy a quality product from us. Just get out of the way if you're the slow guy.
Yeah.
And
it costs you nothing.
Pass with safety if you're the fast guy.
Yeah. It costs you nothing.
And don't tailgate for crying out loud.
Yeah.
That's so dangerous.
That's right. That's the last thing I wanted to say.
Yeah.
I was on the 2-lane road that I go home every day. There was this one time there's maybe like a dozen cars. I'm like 8. Yeah. And 9 is on my butt. And there's nothing I can do.
Right.
So I had sent you a text. I was like, I've got a great idea for a Babylon Bee headline. And it was man or driver at end of row of cars convinces car in front to speed up by tailgating guy
directly in front of him.
I don't know.
Right. Had to wordsmith that a little bit. Yeah.
But I was like,
What are you, like, you are then supposed to tailgate the person in front of you.
Right.
Who's then supposed to, and it's just, we're all going to bunch up until we get to the offender. No, that's not going to work, and that's like an 8-car pileup if something goes wrong.
Yeah.
Don't tailgate. Come on.
Yeah.
Dummy.
Just don't.
Yeah.
And that is today's problem with people. There'll be many more.
Yeah.
You know, we're living in a society.
Let's try it. You want to try it?
What are we trying?
We're trying the new segment. We talked about this previously.
All right.
I even told you what I wanted to make the stinger.
Yes.
And then I went and made the stinger.
You made the stinger, yes.
So let's go ahead and roll the stinger.
Pardon me. Can I just check this out? D plus? Oh my god. I passed! I passed! Oh man! I got a D plus!
So this will be a short segment.
Yes.
I don't know how often we're going to do it, but you and I have many interests, many things that we can do up to a point. We're not experts, not even intermediates necessarily, but it's just something we can do. It's a skill we possess.
Yes.
We're calling it passing grade because it's a
D plus. You passed.
You passed.
Yeah.
So you can do it. And I didn't have a prepared topic other than what I told you, which was making the stinger itself.
Yeah.
So I wanted to use that clip from Tommy Boy, and I had to do a couple of things. The first thing I had to do is there is what I assume to be copyrighted music playing through the clip.
Yes.
So within Premiere, you have options to enhance dialogue, to set the equalizer, and try to get out as much background sound as possible.
Right.
If you listen, you can hear a little bit of, I want to say, snare drum.
There was something
extra
in there when I listened, yeah.
that is not with the
But
music.
when I took the headphones off, I couldn't hear it that clearly.
Yeah,
so
I
it's
listened to
definitely-
it on the
yeah.
TV versus headphones, and it's less prevalent on the television. But I put my own music underneath of it,
Yeah.
and this was something I had made because you were saying I want to do different music for Fun Size, but ultimately, this was back when we were doing Fun Size.
Yeah.
But ultimately, went with just a shorter version of our intro. But I had made this other thing, and I was like, I kind of like this. I want to use it for something.
There you go.
And when I made it, I ended it with the doon, 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 and it just ended up. The good part
Yes.
was I was able to assemble
the
it.
area that you passed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was great. But what I couldn't pass was getting that music out 100%. And then the other thing you'll notice is a little on the blurry side. I'm forcing you to use the zoomed in version because during that scene in Tommy Boy, it's rolling credits for the film.
Yeah.
And when you see passing grade and then written by blah, blah, blah underneath.
He did not write passing grade. We
Right.
don't have a writer.
So one of these days, we'll make money from this. We'll
Yes.
get an AI program. We'll
That
take
will remove the
clip,
text. Yeah.
get the text out, and then we'll have the properly fitted version.
Yeah.
Or we just do the thing where we take what used to be camera 4
Right.
and put it
And put
within
it
the
in the-
TV,
yeah.
and then maybe you guys don't even see it as blurry.
Maybe. Who knows? But
Who
either way,
knows?
you made a stinger.
I made a
And
stinger.
you made it.
I did. It was...
It's fine.
Yeah, from start to finish, it was probably an hour total of my time first to assemble it all, and then I took 3 passes at it
Yeah.
to get it what I felt was the best possible version of it. Yeah, so I couldn't say go in and edit a motion picture.
No.
I probably couldn't even edit this podcast to the quality that you can edit it, but passing grade. Passing grade. I made a stinger.
Yeah.
It's a D+. I got a D+.
You got a D+.
I'm going to graduate.
I wish we knew each other. This is a little awkward.
So this has been Passing Grade.
Passing
Thanks
Grade.
for watching it.
Yeah.
I passed! Oh man! I got a D plus!
All right. The main thing we're talking about today, Dave, is what?
It's Christmas in July, as we said.
Right.
Which is
It's June as we film, but it's July as
It's
this
July
airs.
as it airs. Also, to be fair, June 25th, which is a couple days ago, or a few days ago, a few days ago, is 6 months from Christmas, which is December. So it's, I don't know why we do Christmas in July and not Christmas in June, because it's,
I don't know,
the
why
halfway
is it-
point would be June.
I don't know why it's such a common phrase.
I don't know
Christmas in
either.
July, but
Yeah.
But that's the theme of Last Century today. So we're going to talk about 3 films.
We are. So these should not be controversial because they are all Christmas movies. And yet, people debate that they're Christmas movies.
Well, I'll save it for the end, but I'll tell you, I have a theory on what makes a Christmas movie a Christmas movie. And there are 2 elements that are required.
Okay. We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about it,
But
but-
we're going to first talk about the 3 films.
Yeah, if you
From
won't
the
mind,
80s.
I'd like to take the first crack at film number 1, which is Lethal Weapon, 1987.
Yeah.
Lethal Weapon, directed by Richard Donner.
Yep.
Of Superman fame. Also did a few other films. I believe it was Lady Hawk.
Lady Hawk's so good.
And yeah, a few. He's credited with some big. I think he did Goonies.
Yeah,
I think he was the director. But also written by Shane Black, and Shane Black is notorious for basing his films around Christmas.
yeah.
I didn't look it up, but I remember him saying in an interview that he just wanted a central something to the story that everyone could relate to.
Okay.
So if you've seen this movie, if you've seen Kiss Bang Bang, if you've seen The Long Kiss Goodnight, if you've seen Iron Man 3.
Now, I'm just wondering if Predator takes place in December or not.
Oh yeah, I've only watched it once because it was so terrible
Yeah.
that I'd have to go back. But that's
Oh, wait, no, he didn't. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of
no. Shane Black directed The Predator, which was the
and
2000
in
something.
Predator 1.
Yeah, he was in Predator 1 with directed by John McTiernan, director of another movie we're going to talk about.
movie, yeah.
But he was there because John McTiernan was the producers weren't entirely sure about him.
Right, so Shane was sort of the backup guy.
Yes.
And then hilariously played a
Hawkins, the dirty guy.
with
the dirty jokes.
Did not look as Spec Ops as the other guys.
No, with the big glasses.
Yeah, the big glasses.
But he was still
he was
pretty,
great. Yeah.
pretty butch, pretty
Yeah.
ripped.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
we're not talking about that.
no,
We're talking
not.
about one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
Possibly my favorite in the stack. Not even possibly. 100% my favorite in the stack.
Yeah, I have more nostalgia for another one.
Yeah.
But that is the better film.
Yeah, now, what I love about this series in particular, so Lethal Weapon tells the story about of two police officers who come together and form what becomes a lasting friendship.
Right, but it is definitely the at odds relationship.
Right. So why I love it so much is, first off, we're introduced to Roger Murtaugh, who is
Yes.
played brilliantly by Danny Glover.
Yeah.
And Roger Murtaugh is all of us.
Yes,
he's who we want to be.
He's the everyman. He's a good husband, a good father. He is moral. He is a career decorated police officer. He's just
Yeah,
he checks all the boxes. He has his hobbies.
Yes.
He is just a good dude.
yeah, he's a good everyman that any
Yes.
good man
You
would
would
want to be.
want him to be next door to you. Like
Yes.
this is the name, except for what happens in the movies.
no fault of his own.
Other than the story arc, the man himself, you would want as your next door neighbor.
Yeah,
like,
and
he's phenomenal.
He is.
Yeah.
So he's steady,
Yeah.
but he deals with his own problems, and he does experience an arc and growth.
Yeah.
But it's really when we meet Martin Riggs.
Right.
He is the loose cannon.
Right. He has experienced tragedy in life. He is a Vietnam vet, I think.
He is. Both of them are Vietnam
both of
vets,
them, but
so that's where they can connect.
Yeah, that is their entry point. But Riggs has gone through some personal tragedies. Also was didn't seem like someone who really integrated with the military. Sort of more of a tool the military used.
And you get that in his service as a police officer
Yeah.
too. Especially so the 4K just came out.
I'm jealous that I
it's-
haven't seen it yet.
Well, you're taking
Yeah,
it
I'm
home with
taking
you
it
to
with
watch
me,
it,
yeah.
but it includes the extended cut.
Oh, great.
I prefer
Okay.
the theatrical cut, but it's nice to see the extended cut. You get the extra scene with him taking out the sniper at the school.
Oh, cool,
And this is
cool,
where
yeah.
it really solidifies the fact that he is on his own, because
Right.
basically what happens in this extra scene is there's a sniper taking shots at children at a school. The cops are there. They're waiting for the
Right.
SWAT team. Riggs, he's like, "Oh, the SWAT team is on their way. I'm out." But then he sees a 9-year-old kid crying because he's been shot, being carried away.
You can see why this scene was cut.
Right, and
It's a
so
bit much.
the switch flips.
Yeah.
and he goes back up, puts a cigarette in his mouth, walks up the stairs with his handgun,
Yeah.
his Beretta 9mm, and just Mr. Sniper, sir.
Yeah.
and the sniper starts taking cracks at him,
yeah.
but with his pistol, he's a better shot.
Yeah.
At distance than
Yeah.
the guy with the sniper rifle, and proves it in the scene.
Yeah.
Cleans the whole thing up. The cops go running up, taking the injured police who were shot away. And as Riggs is going down the stairs, the SWAT team is coming up.
Yeah.
And he tosses a cigarette that he never lit.
Right.
For whatever reason. But his original introduction was his next scene, which is at
The Christmas tree.
The Christmas tree scene,
Yeah.
which is just fantastic.
Which is why it's a Christmas movie.
It takes place during Christmas. We should say it starts just like does Die Hard start with a Christmas song? No, it doesn't.
No, when he gets in the cab,
Yeah, we get Run DMC.
We get Run DMC.
But this starts with a Christmas song and then segues into. I gotta say, I love the music.
Yeah.
So you get the guitar
Yeah.
for Riggs, you get the saxophone
Yeah.
for Murtaugh.
Yeah.
But so
I think it was Eric Clapton.
Eric Clapton did
Yeah.
the guitar. I don't know who did the saxophone.
Yeah. I will just say Kenny G, because who else would it be?
I don't know another saxophonist.
Right.
It was David Sanborn. The saxophonist's name was David Sanborn.
I should say, we were not able to see this movie at first.
No.
Our introduction to the series was Lethal Weapon 3. And arguably is, if you're a fan of the series, is one that you don't like as much because it turns from the darker.
It's also the same can be said of Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade. It is more comedic than the other two.
Mm-hmm. But it was our entry.
But it's your entry point, and when you're younger, you gravitate more toward the funny.
So we have said many times we're 90s Christian kids with 90s Christian parents.
Yes.
Violence and language were acceptable at a certain age, but boobies were not.
Right.
And this starts with boobies.
Right. And then 2 also had boobies, if I remember right.
It did.
And 3 did not.
2 had a full-on adult relations scene. This was just a topless girl who was high fell off.
Right, because this is all connected to the dealing of drugs.
Right. Yeah. So that's where the plot's going. But yeah, so we start with that Christmas music, and it goes into this more moody stuff, and this poor girl jumps off
the building,
and then so we get introduced to Murtaugh in the bath, which is a little weird. I don't know how that works.
Was that the Happy Retirement Daddy?
No, they bring that scene back for 3.
That's 3.
But it's his birthday, and his daughter tells him to shave the beard because it makes him look old. But
do you know how old Danny Glover is in this film?
He's probably younger than me right now.
He's younger than me right now. He's 41.
Oh my gosh!
And he's the old man. He's too old for this, and he's 41. I'm 43. I'll be 46 this year.
I'm 46 in weeks.
In weeks,
In weeks.
You're too old for this.
I am.
You're not getting too old. You're too old.
Well, I'm too old for policing, but I'm not too old to sit down and talk about excellent movies.
Oh, okay, good. That's good.
The Red Letter Media guys are older than us, and they talk about movies. That's all. They sit down and talk about movies.
Oh my God.
Mike is so old.
Mike is old.
You're old. You're old. But anyway,
old man yells at cloud.
But yeah. So basically, what the overall plot, Murtaugh gets a call, or his wife gets a call on his behalf from an old nom buddy.
Yeah.
Who's said, hey, my daughter's caught up in stuff. It's the girl from the beginning of the film. He goes later to the crime scene and finds this out. And he's like, oh, that's right. My buddy called about this. And I have to let him know that his daughter just dove out the window, as he said.
Right.
So at the same time, he finds out that he's getting a new partner. He sees Riggs in the waiting room, and
he looks like a criminal.
He does. He's got the ball cap on. He's not dressed like a police officer.
And then he's got a gun.
He does have a gun, and he's like, so he's watching the guy while he's talking to another detective. Yeah. And then when so Riggs is like just checking his gun,
right?
And then, he's like,
Murtaugh's like, gun!
And then just
and then Riggs is like looking for the guy who's got a gun.
Yep. So Murtaugh jumps him, and then it's like, hey, meet your new partner.
Yeah.
So this is how their worlds collide, essentially.
Yeah.
And what we've learned from the captain is that they don't understand what's going on with Riggs. Either he's crazy and trying to draw pension,
right,
or he's not crazy and therefore a big problem. So they don't know what to do with this guy.
Yeah. Let's
give him to the old, reliable, steady Murtaugh, so hopefully we can get to the bottom of it and figure out what to do. What I love is there's the story of the film, which is this whole basically finding the drug dealers and stopping them,
who turn out to all be former military mercenaries, etc.
Yeah, so they're all connected. They all go back to Nam.
Yeah,
they're aware of each other. Well, at least Riggs is aware of the
Mr.
big bad.
Joseph, right? No, of the general.
Of the general,
right?
Yeah. Shadow Company.
Right.
I ran into some of you Shadow Company fellas.
Yeah,
that's the word he used.
Yeah.
Back in Nam or whatever. But anyway, but the secondary and what makes this such an excellent story is you've got the growth of Riggs from this outcast who has no one and nothing.
Yeah. He wants to self-delete.
He wants to self-delete. There's an amazing scene from a very young Mel Gibson.
Yes. Also, I believe I don't know if he was nominated. I know the film was nominated for Academy Awards.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it was his performance.
I didn't know,
but it did receive nominations. So it's because it's not a cheesy action flick. It is a solid movie.
And it just goes to show why Mel Gibson is such a tour de force and has been nominated for so many things, even at a young age. He had the chops.
I love when South Park is like, say what you will about him, but the man knows storytelling.
He really does. He does.
He's great at what he does.
He is, and still jacked, man. He's like in his 60s, and
he's old. I think he's older than he was. So he must be pushing 70 because he was 31.
Oh wow,
or 30. No, he was in his 30s when he played Riggs. Early 30s in 1987, which was almost 40 years ago. So he's pushing. If he's not 70 already, he's pushing it.
Maths are hard. But
Maths
yeah,
are
he's
hard.
up there, but yeah, he just recently was on Rogan.
Yeah,
Joe
and he
Rogan.
looked great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
looked fantastic. I hope I can look that good.
I hope I look that good tomorrow. In 40 years.
But for the sake of time, we won't go over the entire plot of the story. But the main thing is basically Riggs healing by being around the stable rock
a good,
that is Murtaugh
and his family.
and his family, who has a profound impact on him.
Yeah,
and
even just eating a bad dinner.
Yeah, a brown roast-like substance.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just so he's welcome to dinner, and that's kind of the turning point for Riggs as a character. Is he gets to be with his family, and he's there under the pretense of talking about work afterwards.
Right.
But really, it kind of opens things up, and Murtaugh is starting to be more trusting of him because they clash a lot at first.
Yes, they do.
And he's starting to trust Murtaugh.
And he even opens up about some of the stuff that he experienced in Laos, like when he took out,
and just saying, that essentially the only thing he's ever been good at is
killing people. Yeah, and that's a brutal thing to think about yourself. Like that's your one value.
Yeah.
Like what a no wonder he's the mess he is because he's not grounded anywhere.
No.
So
it's kind of a redemption arc, but it's what makes the story so fantastic. Is Riggs is such a compelling character, one that you must watch.
You're rooting for him the whole time.
But you cannot turn away. He's beautifully written, perfectly acted, and you're almost viewing him through the eyes of Murtaugh, with whom you relate as
he's your entry point to the story,
and so just watching the growth of them going on to become the best, and I would say the most famous buddy cop pair of all time.
Yeah, come at me, bro. Like that is the best buddy cop pairing ever.
One thing we did learn back in the 90s when they released the extended cuts onto VHS through what they called Pure Lethal. So it was a four VHS box set, the first 3 movies with their extended cuts, and then the Pure Lethal documentary. This was supposed to be a one and done.
Yeah.
Riggs was supposed to die.
Yep.
And it was going to be the end of the story, and then none of the rest would ever happen.
Right.
But thankfully, I maybe they realized what they had.
I think they must have, because I mean, if Mr. Joseph at the end, or Mr. Joshua, I'm sorry, at the end had succeeded, and then been put down by Murtaugh after losing Riggs, it would have been the impact of that movie would have been lost.
Yeah,
completely.
And so it was
because I mean, especially because when the opportunity presented itself for Riggs to end Joshua, and it's like it's not worth it. Like you see,
it's not worth it.
Yeah, you see the completion of his arc.
And then the button is put on it when he comes back at the end of the film. He showed Roger the bullet, or told him about the bullet he kept to do himself.
Yes.
And so he put a bow on it. He shows it to Murtaugh's daughter, and it's like, just give this to your dad. He'll know what it means.
Yeah.
But then Murtaugh comes out and he's like, you think I'm going to eat the world's worst Christmas roast by myself? You've got another thing coming.
Yeah. Get in here.
So he comes in and he says, hey, can I bring a friend? He calls his dog in, and I don't think Burbank the cat's going to like this. And then you hear the dog chasing the cat.
Yeah. Which is, of course, a parallel to Riggs and Murtaugh's introduction.
Exactly.
So
but it just puts
it
nice
rhymes. It's poetry.
It does, but they got the Christmas lights up. He fixes the Christmas light as the domesticated husband and father, and the guy that we all relate to, and it's a beautiful ending and leads into one. I don't know what my favorite action series is of all time, because
It's up there.
I really like, even though it's cheesy, it's still awesome. I love the John Wick series.
Yeah.
I like the Rush Hour series.
Yeah.
This is better than it, of
That's
course.
better than that, and it's better than the Shanghai Noon.
But maybe this is the greatest action series of all time. I don't know.
It might.
If you don't say it's not action sci-fi, it's not action.
Right. If it's just action,
pure action, this might be my favorite.
That's up there, man. I actually have to think.
Even the next series we're going to talk about has 2 excellent ones and 1 good one.
Yeah. But let's make a sandwich.
Okay.
Let's go away from action
Let's do that.
and into adorable. The next Christmas-themed movie is Gremlins.
1984's
1984.
directed by Joe Dante.
Nice. I like that you have facts because I only have memories. So-
Yeah, before you came over, I was upstairs like, okay, who wrote it? Who directed it? The writer Chris Columbus.
Oh, excellent.
And that's how
Columbus
we get
is-
our Christmas theme, because Christopher Columbus has done the Home Alone films, the two that matter.
The two that matter.
The
two
Lion,
that
the Witch,
exist.
and the Wardrobe.
Yeah, which I almost put on our list because always winter, never Christmas. You do have Santa in the first Narnia movie, so it's also a quasi Christmas film.
It is. He also the first Harry Potter film has a heavy Christmas vibe.
A lot of Christmas vibes in a lot of the Harry Potter movies, but particularly the first.
Yeah. But it's not a Christmas movie, but it does have the vibes. But Chris Columbus.
Yeah. So this all starts off with a guy, the old trope of ancient Chinese secret, looking at an old haberdashery in Chinatown, looking for a unique gift for his. He's trying to sell his crazy invention.
Yeah, the pocket. It's like a toothbrush.
Yeah,
shaver
and it would
kit.
never fit in your pocket. It's a ridiculous thing. And then stumbles upon a mogwai as a gift for his son. And of course, we don't have to tell you what Gremlins is. Everyone should know what Gremlins is. But all the chaos ensues. Don't get them wet. Don't feed them after midnight.
How do the logistics work? What if you're flying over?
Like midnight where?
Right. Exactly.
Like there's too many rules.
Midnight Zulu? Is it midnight where you are?
It has to be where you are, right? And
I guess so.
And then isn't technically every time after midnight except midnight itself?
Midnight.
Right.
Yeah.
I
presume they mean until
dawn.
sunrise.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, let's assume that they have a circadian rhythm as we do.
Yes.
And whatever their midnight is.
Right. That's until dawn.
That's the cutoff. Yeah. Filmed famously on the Warner backlot.
Yeah.
Same place as Back to the Future. Yeah. So you see the
see a
town.
lot
It's
of
like, oh
similar-
man,
it's like, we're in Hill Valley.
Are we in Hill Valley?
Yeah. It's a great movie. I love it. It holds up to this day.
Yep.
It's short, sweet, and to the point.
Has a young Corey Feldman in it.
Yes, Corey's in it. One of the Coreys.
The Corey Feldman who went on to be the famous musician.
Famous musician Corey Feldman. It hurts.
Yeah.
I love it. Obviously, the adorable Gizmo, also because it gets wet, spawns a bunch of other gremlins who then get fed after midnight, who then turn into the bad things.
We've got I believe it was another Vietnam vet. It was definitely a veteran of war talking about how gremlins had gotten into like systems on the plane, and it had caused some, because he was I think it was like an alcoholic or something.
Right.
He had some trauma he was dealing with. So when he sees them, he's like, those are those guys. Because everyone thought he was just a crazy drunk.
Right.
So we got some foreshadowing there. Yeah. But yes, this is all set during Christmas. The town is decked out in Christmas.
Right.
We have
there's
our big
snow.
Our big climax is in a department store with Christmas things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't have as much to say about this movie as the action movies, because while I love it, I don't love it anywhere near as much as Lethal Weapon.
No, and this is something I don't know if we weren't allowed to or just never got around to watching as kids.
Much later in life.
It's
not a childhood movie for me.
I was in my 30s the first time I saw it.
I may have also been. I may have seen it in my 20s, but
I had seen bits and pieces. I remember our next door neighbor
I had definitely
had
seen Gremlins 2 before I saw Gremlins.
I've never seen Gremlins 2.
I want you so badly to see it, and then to watch the Key and Peele sketch about writing Gremlins 2.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's one of those things I just have to...
Yeah, so I think Comedy Central aired Gremlins 2 back when we still lived at our childhood home.
Okay.
And I watched it, edited for television, commercials, all that. But that is what I thought Gremlins was until I saw the first one in adulthood. It's like, oh no, Gremlins is great. Like, why? I was completely wrong about this entire franchise.
Yeah, I do want to see the second one at some point. But yeah, I also don't have a whole lot to say about it other than it's a great alternative Christmas film.
Yeah.
So
you can add it into your playlist, which maybe when we wrap, we'll talk about our individual Christmas playlists.
Sure.
Because obviously some of these are on it.
Yeah.
So
well, let's talk about the most famous one.
Yes.
The one which provides our set decoration right now, and that is 1988's Die Hard.
Die Hard.
So this is the edition, the 30th anniversary Christmas edition, which came with these fun little cards for. So you could send them, but I'm keeping them. I have to store them at some point.
Oh boy, that one has a U.
This one is Yippee-ki-yay, Merry Christmas.
Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon? Or Yippee-ki-yay, Melon Farmer?
Just Merry Christmas. And then, of course, Hans Gruber.
Hans Gruber, because Christmas ain't Christmas until Gruber falls from Nakatomi Tower.
Yeah. So this has been a film that has stirred the "is it a Christmas movie" debate,
Right.
for pretty much 30 plus years now, right?
Right. I mean, obviously the debate got gasoline thrown on that fire with the internet.
It did, and it is the popular opinion of the internet that yes, it is a Christmas movie.
Right.
So now, to be counterculture, you have to say it is not a Christmas movie,
Which is ridiculous.
But it's a Christmas movie, and I will tell you why. What makes, for me, the formula of a Christmas movie. Two things. Must be set around Christmas, and then the main character has to experience through a remarkable, whether physical or supernatural event, a change of heart that gets him out from the rut in which he is in and moves him forward as a person.
Wow. So that checks the box for both Riggs and McClane.
Yes, essentially the magic of Christmas, right? Now for these guys, well, for Riggs, it's finding a family to become a part of, or at least be adopted into, and realize I have more worth than just a ruthless killer. Yeah. I am something else. And then for McClane, it is famously to fix his broken marriage. So if you don't know the plot of Die Hard by now, I don't know what's wrong. But essentially,
maybe they are also 90s Christians and have never left the 90s.
Maybe, but here it is in summary, not necessarily in order. You have a husband and wife. The wife, 6 months ago, had moved out to Los Angeles for a job. Husband is coming for Christmas. They are
From
not
New York.
Right, from New York. They are not on good terms.
No.
He goes to visit her for the Christmas party at her work building, which is taken over by terrorists because they are trying to gain access to a safe in there that contains bearer bonds that they're going to use to just retire on a beach somewhere.
Right.
That is this.
Right. It is a high-tech heist for millions and millions of dollars.
Right.
Under the guise of being terrorism.
Right. Yeah. And what they did not count on was a grisly New York detective.
Right. Happening to be in the building.
Mm-hmm. Wrong place at the wrong time. Yeah. Story of his life, as he says in future films.
Yeah.
But yeah, so even when he first catches up with his wife, immediately starts going after her.
And she's going by her maiden name, which is not a great sign.
Yeah, so their marriage looks like it's in a really bad spot.
Yeah.
But through his perseverance in doing everything he can by any means necessary to save her, I guess he realizes how much he loves her. She realizes that he is a good man and that they can work this thing out. And if this was the first movie, they would have lived happily ever after. Right. They do for a little while.
Yes.
Throughout the series.
The sequel, the immediate sequel, is also a Christmas movie. Mm-hmm. It takes place in D.C.
I would say the second one is not a Christmas movie because we do not experience the magical change.
There is no
Christmas
change. You're right, but there is. It is takes place during Christmas and has some similar themes, but not that one.
Yeah, and I call Die Hard 2 Tough Talk the movie. Everyone says a tough talk line before they kill or get killed.
Isn't that the normal way?
I don't know. I'm not a...
Did you just tough talk a dead guy?
Yeah.
Guess he punched his last ticket.
But Die Hard, in addition to being the source of the is it a Christmas movie debate, for all these alternative type movies to include Batman Returns.
Batman Returns is on the list. There's more.
There are so many more. I don't want to get into all of them because I didn't write it down and I don't want to think on the spot. But it's also just a perfect action movie. This is the movie that spawned so many Die Hard on like Speed, which is probably my favorite Die Hard clone.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
But there are so many Die Hard.
Also has my favorite tough talk a dead guy line ever.
Oh.
yeah. Well, I'm taller.
The best Steven Seagal movie, Under Siege.
Yeah. Die Hard on a submarine. Yeah.
No, on a boat. Yeah, but it was a military boat. Not an aircraft carrier, but a battleship. There we go.
Battleship.
And then the sequel was on a train, which was very cheesy, but I remember fondly. I have not watched as an adult.
I'm afraid to watch that one.
But I do intend to at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you have anything to add on Die Hard?
Obviously, it's basically a perfect movie. Mm-hmm. It's short, it's sweet. I love Johnson & Johnson. They're great.
Yeah. Those are the two FBI agents.
Welcome to the party, pal. I mean, there's just so many wonderful moments in the film. I watch it every year, of course.
Same
time of year every year. Spoilers. So I guess we can get into our personal Christmas must-watch list then.
Sure.
So, Well, I said I'll start it. So, Solo for me obviously is Die Hard.
I think it meant Solo, like
Solo, yeah, the Han Solo story,
Star Wars,
Star Wars story. Yeah, that's a Christmas movie. Yeah. So I watched Die Hard by myself because it's for me. It's not for the family.
Okay.
But then as a family, we will typically do Elf. We had done a lot of the claymation ones, like the
like Rudolph,
and I think the California Raisins. That was like my wife was into that one.
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
Well, that one kind of dropped off as the kids got older. Home Alone.
Well, give me your top 5. What are your top 5 must-watch Christmas films?
Oh, wait, so Home Alone 2, Die Hard, Elf. Oh, I need a 5th one. Why am I blanking? I'm blanking on a 5th. This is dead air.
Dead air.
I'll do 4.
Okay, well, ours are similar.
Yeah.
For me, my top 5, Die Hard.
Yeah.
Home Alone 1. I do like 2, but Home Alone 1 is the must-watch.
Yeah.
Then Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
Because I love...
That's on my list as well.
I love the Scrooge story.
This is why I can't... yeah. We're going to add that. That's on my list.
Just go ahead and say it into the camera, and then we'll just cut it in as if you said it.
Muppet Christmas Carol.
Cut. All right. It's a Wonderful Life. That's the one I saved for last. We watch this every Christmas evening.
Okay. I am probably a heretic because I don't watch that one. I know it's
love
the
that
one
movie.
you're supposed to.
I love it. So you could argue that the George Bailey arc was they took inspiration from that for Martin Riggs.
Yeah. I find the Scrooge arc is good enough for me for that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. So, and the last one, it's funny because we never watched this as kids. My wife did. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but oh my gosh, what is the name of it? Oh my gosh, edit in name.
Yeah.
The Troll Prince.
Troll Prince. Yeah.
Is this? It's this cartoon from the 80s about trolls and gnomes.
Huh.
And I wish I can't remember the name. It's driving me crazy. But anyway, it's an 80s cartoon, and it's about the Troll Prince.
Okay. The Troll Prince.
Where I said edit in, just put in the Troll Prince.
The Troll Prince, yeah.
Edit that in, and it never happened. So he's the Troll Prince, and he lives among the trolls, and he has to go to Sinister School. Very obvious illusion that the trolls are not believers, and the gnomes are believers.
Interesting.
So there's even like a song, "God loves all he made, even evil trolls." Very on the nose, but when I saw it just because growing up 80s 90s, it just was a instant click.
Nice.
This was made for me.
I'm gonna have to
I
watch
understand
this.
that it's cheesy, but I absolutely love it. But essentially, he goes down the mountain where all of the trolls live, finds some gnomes. He begins to physically change being around them into a gnome himself, and learns about the wonders of Christmas and stuff, and then has to try to bring it back.
Okay.
So it's a fun, cheesy. If you're not a Christian, you're just gonna say, "Okay, I see what you're doing here," blah blah blah. But yeah, I don't know why. Love it.
So our other tradition, not technically a movie, but it's 2 episodes of a show, The Goes Wrong Show. British. It's a play, a theater troupe, and their plays go wrong. They got famous for the play that goes wrong, which did a theatrical tour, and then they got their TV show. So they do in series 1, they have an episode called The Spirit of Christmas, where a play about Christmas goes wrong, and then in series 2, they do the Nativity, and it goes wrong. So both of those are on our rotation every year.
Speaking of the Nativity, after we had decided to do Christmas in July, X must have been listening to me, because I saw it was a nativity display on a budget, and it was Coke bottles. So there was a Jesus, Jose, Mary, and then a pack of camels next to it. Oh, and there was an angel too.
Oh, good.
But they're all Coke the Coke bottles with the names on them.
Right. Share a Coke with. Yeah. I was tracking. The audience was stupid, but I'm not.
Right. Never blame the audience. You never do that. The audience is always smarter. They always know.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's true.
But yeah, Christmas in July.
Christmas in July. Last entry today.
That was it, right? We're just down. We're down to Holy Crap.
We're down to our ultimate segment after our penultimate, which of course is Holy Crap.
Holy crap.
I had 80s and 90s Christian parents.
And they were gonna show people that weren't even saved Terminator 2!
Who could it have been? Say!
So we had talked about, or alluded to, or circled the story of a man who had a profound impact in lives around us.
And unlike Jen Psaki, we're actually going to circle back.
Yeah, we actually do circle back.
Is that
we don't just put a pin in it.
I think it's Saki.
I don't care
but
what her
I don't
name
care.
is.
I say Psaki.
She's a liar.
Yeah, Chucky.
So, in our youth, we had befriended a group of cousins whose grandfather was a man of God.
Yes.
The reason we kind of are coming back around to this is recently the passing of Phil Robertson of the Duck Dynasty fame, and just the profound impact he had on the lives around him, especially in sharing the gospel message.
Yeah, like you want the visual image. If you could enter heaven with everyone that you reached,
Yeah.
so if that was a thing, there would be hundreds of thousands behind this guy.
Yeah, clearly.
if not millions.
Right. Where we are going to, because we did not talk to the family in advance to get permission to talk about their relative, we're just going to use his first name only, Tom.
Tom, yep.
So Tom was a huge impact to the lives around him, and we had the profound privilege of knowing him.
Yes, we did.
We met him when we were in our mid to late teens, and what I love about Tom is the first thing he will do when he death grips your hand.
I was gonna say,
in
after
the
crushing-
handshake, who was able to do that in his 80s.
Yeah.
I think he was in his 80s at that time. He lived to his 90s. He, while death gripping your hand, would ask you if you knew Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior.
Yep, without fail.
Could not interact with another human being without making sure they have at least heard the gospel.
Right, that is the business up front that must happen first.
Now, the man himself, what I know of him, he's a World War II veteran. He was at D-Day.
Oh, wow.
He was in a group that there's been articles written. He was in a group who were given an anti-aircraft, like a half track with, I think it had like 4 50 cal machine guns on a turret on the back, and it was meant to be anti-aircraft. When they got to Normandy, it became anti-personnel real quick. So the man had some stories, had some experiences, was highly decorated, and loved his wife dearly.
Yeah.
And promised her that if they got married, she would never work a day in her life, and he would take care of everything. So he comes back, starts his family, keeps to his word, starts businesses, does well for himself. They have daughters. These daughters are then the mothers of the cousins that we befriend.
Right.
And I think there were 4 daughters. We were primarily friends with 2 cousins. I had some overlap with a third because we went to high school together.
Similar ages.
We were about a year apart. We circled this family for many years. We actually, when we moved out, our very first landlord was Tom.
No, it was so funny because it was the guy from my band he lived in so Tom owned lots of property.
Yes, he was a builder.
He was a builder and invested wisely in property.
Yeah.
Including an oceanfront property.
Yeah, which we had many beach trips to, which was awesome.
But this particular property was less than a mile as the crow flies from our father's house.
Yeah, like we if the roads connected, it would be a 10-minute walk maximum.
Not even. It would be a 2-minute walk.
It would probably be a 2-minute.
It was so because I did the walk once when there was that blizzard
snowstorm. Yeah, we walked. I remember going through the.
Well, you ended up driving. I walked there.
Right. Okay.
And then you had come later and drove. We had run out of food.
Yes.
I was very hungry. Our relatives were in from Canada.
Right.
Wanted to go see them. So blah blah
Yeah.
blah. But anyway, we jokingly told Tom when we were looking at the place.
Right. He was like, "Do you want it painted any particular color?"
Well, how about a nice lime green?
Yeah.
And
not realizing that our obvious sarcasm didn't land.
he painted the entire place lime green.
Yeah.
Like a seafoam green.
Seafoam green. And we walk in, and I just start cracking up.
Yep.
Because He did it.
He absolutely
He did the
did.
thing.
He did. We have, one of these days, we'll save it for Laurel Tales whenever we get around to doing that.
Yeah.
But we ended up finding out we were next door to
our
our
mechanic. Yeah, which was hilarious.
And so many stories.
So
spawned
many
from that.
stories. So also, what I loved, one of my favorite, again, this is a Laurel tale. This isn't really tied to Tom himself, but when we went to the neighborhood to check the place out before signing the lease, I don't know if you remember that the cops were knocking down the door of a unit nearby.
Yeah.
So the day we were checking the place out, they had the battering ram and everything. So that's the neighborhood we moved into.
No, because I remember I came on a lunch break, so you might have gotten there before me.
Oh, that's possible. Yeah. Yeah. So I saw that. But yeah. So Tom himself, I mean, he's got a great legacy. I want to say 3 of his grandsons are Christian pastors.
Yeah.
So just there's a lot of, it's a very tightly knit family. There's a lot of love there. And just, I don't know how far reaching the gospel message that he carried with him everywhere hit, but I mean, the man was a legend.
Yep.
An absolute legend. Just a delight to be around. He lived in Laurel, I think maybe his whole life.
Probably.
Yeah, there's...
Certainly his entire adult life.
I mean,
I know that his daughter, the mother of our friends that we initially befriended, he built the neighborhood in which they lived.
Yeah.
So probably got a discount on the house.
Probably. Yeah, and then he lived kind of up near the reservoir. Had a little property, had a golf cart.
I remember the golf cart.
Got yelled at for driving it too recklessly. I was 17 and 16, something like that. I deserved to be yelled at. I was completely in the wrong. And, yeah, but just you couldn't interact with him without hearing the gospel message. You also couldn't interact with him without seeing how much in their 80s he and his wife were still deeply in love.
Yeah,
like it was just a beautiful thing to watch.
It was. Yeah, they don't make them like that anymore.
They really don't. Yeah, and just I remember one of my favorite interactions with Tom when we were renting from him. I think you were at work. At that point, I was work. You had a more regular schedule. And I was working in retail, so my schedule was not regular. And we had a leak. So I was like, okay, well, I'll ask Tom to come over and fix the leak. And just absentmindedly, I just had Band of Brothers on, and it just happened to be D-Day. And this was an experience that neither one of our grandfathers both served in the military in World War II, but we were never adults when they were alive, so we didn't get to have that kind of a moment with either of them. But just Tom showed up and just sees Normandy, and it's like I was there, and just just maybe talked about it for like 2 minutes, maybe. But just having that, because then that generation's pretty much gone now. Like we don't. There's maybe 1 or 2 people in their hundreds that were there, but you don't get that moment, and never having had that with our grandfathers, having it with Tom was very impactful.
Oh yeah, never had that opportunity.
And I'm very grateful I did. Grateful to have known him, and grateful to still be connected to his family. I wish I saw some of them more. I got to see Brian when I went down to Tennessee, which was awesome.
Yeah, I haven't seen that dude in decades.
Yeah, and I don't think I've seen Dave since before the pandemic.
Yep.
But
yeah, it was just before.
Yeah, when he came up. Yeah, so it's wish everyone kind of left Laurel, and some of them left Maryland. But yeah,
he was a good dude.
Yeah,
my hand still hurts.
Yeah, no,
I think whenever I think about him, my right hand hurts.
It's crazy, right? Yeah. Like that grip. Like I don't understand.
Like I don't have lady hands or man hands.
No,
I have just
neutral hands. Yeah,
but I just remember his fingers were so wide from
just
a lifetime of manual labor.
Yeah, I mean he owned construction companies, but he worked.
Yep,
he was not shy about work.
And the kind of guy, like, when Eastwood was making movies like Gran Torino, like the old guy who could still kick butt.
Yeah,
like that gentleman. But if something went down,
he could handle it.
I think he would have been tougher than any one of us in the 20s.
Easily. But he had such a great gentle spirit in him. But if things went upside down, he'd be a good man to huddle up with.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I always think about, when I think about him, just like the reaching impact, like Phil Robertson, and like, any of us would love to have, is that, so unashamed of the gospel that everyone who knows you knows where you stand, and everyone who knows you has heard the message once.
Yeah, I've never. I don't know if it's discomfort or what. I've just never been like, oh well. For one, we can't do that where we work.
No, we can't.
We're not
It's
allowed to
fireable,
talk about
yeah.
it. But meeting strangers, it's not something I do. I think it's more like, hi, what's your name? And then in my mind, how can I make this person laugh?
Right. Yeah. And it is a different kind of wiring. And I wonder about that too. Like, I know there are actual like gifts of evangelism and calls to evangelism that a lot of people carry that I've never personally experienced.
No,
I have been comfortable talking about my faith with people as I get to know them, but and I don't make it hidden.
No.
You know, I think it's very clear, especially if you go to either one of our houses. There's Bible verses up on the walls and stuff.
First thing you see walking in.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
of course, everyone should have that verse of Joshua in their house. We do.
Yeah.
Without coordinating, we both have. As for me and my house, we'll serve the Lord.
Yeah.
Because you should.
You should. It's a better way to live.
It is a much better way to live. But yeah, I often think about the whether it's being uncomfortable or whether it's not having the same calling or what it is. But I wonder about that a lot.
I've wondered too. But it's one of those things like I don't necessarily want to force it for one.
Yeah.
And then also like, is that something that can just happen? Can you?
I don't know. I don't know if it's a switch you can flip yourself.
Yeah.
Like,
or if you can pray for that to be
flipped.
And then if it does, do you want that?
I don't know.
It's one of those things I don't, This is part of being an American Christian. We're so comfortable.
We are very comfortable.
So,
yeah. And there's less sense of urgency.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But yeah, it's really a blessing to have had a man like that in our lives. Because it's a really good reference point. Like this is something to strive toward.
It is,
and just a good example to have, and especially to live an entire life that way,
right?
And we only knew him for like the last 10 years of his life,
and not well. I mean, we can't claim to. We know his grandchildren.
The occasional Sunday dinner, and then landlord visits,
right?
but we did know him, and and then because we were friends with his grandchildren, we could hear stories about him too. But
But it also serves the point that your reach isn't necessarily who you think your reach is. Like I don't know. It's one of those things that you think about a person however often you do, but you have no control if they think about you at all.
True.
And it's like I have no idea if he ever thought about the Palmer brothers. Like it may have come up in his prayers. It may not. I don't know.
Probably. I mean, we were probably just notes on a ledger because we rented a property from him.
Right. Exactly. So I don't know, but just. So it's a reference to all of us that while we may not think about this person, they might think a lot about us. So your reach is not what you think it is. It's not what you know it is. Your impact is not what you think or know it is.
That's a very good point, and one that you should take seriously. And I'm going to try to take to heart in those interactions that you have with people.
Yeah.
The people you're around the most, your family, your coworkers, it's a little different, but when those drive-by associations, try to be the best version of yourself. Try to represent.
And I've been doing that a lot this year. Just trying to, when people ask me how I'm doing, just be joyful because life can be difficult, but as the good book says, the joy of the Lord is my strength, and I'm trying to live that. I'm trying to be in the face of all things, just to shine the light of joy, if nothing else. Just because I carry that, and you carry that, and we can have that impact around us, even if we're not, death gripping someone's hand and saying, "Do you know Jesus?"
For sure, and even to the non-believer, Gary from Nerdrotic, because he's talking about his book, he's doing podcast tours, but talking about what got him away from addiction was gratitude.
Yeah,
and for us, that's a core element of our faith is to be grateful. But if you're a non-believer, as he is. He was saying it's a mental shift on your perspective. Don't say I have to go to work. Say I get to go to work. And by that, so you're providing for yourself. You're providing for your family. You may not love what you're doing, but you get to do it. You're not waiting in unemployment lines or waiting for a government check. You're out there.
Consider your circumstance. Like you're gainfully employed. You have some job security. You have benefits, and you're in an air-conditioned room.
Yeah.
Like the elements aren't destroying your body.
Doesn't get a whole lot.
It really doesn't get any. I mean, who in the world would not trade places? You know? So
Yeah, we have good stable jobs, good salaries. We're able to afford homes and provide for our families. It's a blessing. It
we
really
can buy a
is.
$20 podcast microphone. And
25.
25.
And
I
it was on
apologize.
sale.
I apologize.
Regular price
I
is like
apologize.
35,
Oof.
40. Yeah.
Yeah, that might have been a reach.
But yeah. To button it up,
Yeah.
you don't know who you're going to impact.
You can't know.
So keep that in mind, and then
Right.
and try
And-
to approach life with gratitude.
Yeah. And a little bit of joy.
I would say
As much joy as you can manage.
a smidge, a skosh,
yeah.
a topping,
Yeah.
a sprinkling, a dash.
Well, that's that.
That's been holy crap. Wrap it up.
Yeah.
We've come to the end.
We have. We do this from time to time.
We do.
Ugh. I think the next time we're filming, it's going to be much closer to your birthday.
It will be.
I have plans for that.
I'm scared.
Good.
So I don't know when I'm going to stop. I'm growing my hair. So what I'm wearing a hat today because it's just
Oh wow! Look at
out of
that! Look
control,
at that
but
monstrosity.
Look at all this.
That's you have more hair than I do. Not just in length, but the number of follicles
there's
outpaces mine.
This part,
Yeah.
Right
I got
here?
that. Yeah.
but if you have it positioned right, but I have like the
Yeah,
going
yeah.
in horns here.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't know what the end goal is, but I've just been growing it. I'd kind of set this birthday as like, okay, decide what to do.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to keep going. I'm just curious.
All right. Rock and roll, man.
But I'm shaving the sides.
I wonder because back when there was plenty of hair, for me it would fro.
Yeah.
I wonder now that it's so sparse what it would do.
You should try. I mean, just do a hat when it's
I hate hats so much. I've never been a hat dude. I don't find them comfortable.
do a do-rag. Be the bandana guy.
Okay. Rock, and then the different kinds of scarves that we talked about last pod. Yes. Yeah. All the scarves and a do-rag bandana, something.
Yeah.
I need to know my gang colors for Maryland before I do that.
Yeah, you got to be real careful. Because you cross through some gang territory, I think. Well,
I get very close.
Go, kind of cut right through it. So you got to be careful, man.
I gotta be careful, man.
Anyway, I think we're wrapping up here. So thank you for watching. We don't often say it, but please, if you've made it this far, like, subscribe, comment, anything to help us in the algorithm. If you enjoy this, we enjoy this. We want to be able to do it more. We can't without it actually
becoming a thing.
And
it's not a thing right now.
We can do it as a hobby. We'd love to go beyond a hobby.
Yeah.
And if we don't, we're still having fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you guys for sticking around for this long. My goodness.
Yeah. So if you're able to help with those little thumbs up and the little subscribe-y and a comment, just boost us in the algorithm a little bit.
Yeah.
We'd love it. We'd be very grateful. So thanks. Catch you next time closer to my birthday. Peace.